So I'm Israel, and this is Maria, and we run my art company, well, or my graphic art company called Art Star Inc. Basically, what I do is I mix Chicano imagery with pop culture, horror. Sometimes I'll add like loteria to horror or pop culture to horror. I sell original artwork, magnets, art prints, and I sometimes put my artwork on journals, or I'll put like movie posters, comic art on journals and stuff. I also sell ornaments as well.
So, what was your most challenging or if not most memorable piece?
I want to say it's this one. Hey Joker, you gotta find Mamacita, because Claudia Gabriela called in. She bought the original one, and she was Joker's girlfriend in Blood In Blood Out. And from there, we're good friends on Instagram. She's always sharing my artwork. I've done artwork for Ginger Lynn, who was in the Devil's Three from Hell. No, the Devil's Rejects. A friend of mine from Strangefield Studio said, "Would you be able to do that?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And some other notable people have come. Some other celebrities, like from Texas Chainsaw. They've looked at my work. They've come. They stopped by. So I mean, I've met just so many people. Amanda Bierce from Married with Children. She actually got one of my Fiesta medals that I gifted her. So she was and we're just talking about just not horror, not their work, but just like traveling in general. And it's like, oh, well, we talked about like how Fiesta is like kind of like our Mardi Gras. And then they go, oh, really? They go, what is it? So we're talking like about totally different subjects other than their line of work. So that's what makes it more interesting whenever you have guests that come to your table and we're just talking and stuff. Like who do we have? Brian Wilson from Silent Night Deadly Night. And he just came in and we just started talking, and then he just says, oh, he goes, you know that my son didn't know that I was in the movie, not until he was a teenager. So we're like, I didn't want to he goes, I left the industry, and then he was telling us how he got back into doing conventions and stuff. So just little stories that we pick up now and then, just talking with the guests and stuff. So
what draws inspiration to a lot of your work? I see it's very diverse, as far as the movie. What draws you to that?
What actually drew me to doing artwork was reading comic books. Spider-Man was a big inspiration. I wasn't athletic because I suffered from asthma, of course. No, you can't do this, you can't do that. But this was like back in the 70s. Now medicine is just so advanced that you could play sports and have allergies at the same time. Yeah, exactly. So then I took another avenue and I started doing artwork, and from there it kind of like picked up, and then I took a like little hiatus, and then I started doing murals, and from there I started meeting different people as I went along, and then I'm here. So
nice. And I saw you were talking with another gentleman. Like, did you inspire him kind of this kind of stuff, or he just recognized you from your art?
He was actually a schoolmate's friend of mine. That was her son. So I told her, yeah, I've been trying to invite your mom over, and I go, yeah. I go, yeah. So but but her son came by. I've known him since he was a kid, and he goes, yeah. He goes, I got my 3 kids with me, and he was saying, he goes, man, I want to get the Selena Misfits one, but he's like, he goes, I wore my Misfits shirt and I scared my son. So he goes, man, I really want to get that. He goes, but I don't want to scare my son. So you get like little stories like that from clients, just like, and that's what makes it even special, because you could talk about anything as general as art. It's like, oh yeah, I remember this, or we'll talk about like a certain show or certain movie. Anything that's pop culture is to me is universal.
And it's also to have a good backing. I'm assuming that's your biggest backer.
Yeah. Yes.
I do have one with myself who's a big backer as well. Who's been through it all. Like, what's it like to experience with your husband, like just going through all of this over the years, and to kind of see him grow from where he was to now?
It's been a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a lot of work, hard work and dedication. I myself am a baker and a cook, so I do that. The holidays are my busiest time of year. I've had to put that kind of in the back burner because when he first started this little business, he was merely selling prints on paper. That's it, and his original artwork, of course. I slowly started kind of suggesting ideas. I told him, look, I'm a huge magnet collector and I collect magnets from all over the world. And I told him, hun, I think it would look so cool if you put your artwork on a magnet. And I go, let's give it a try. So he tried it and it just took off from there. I go, you know what? Let's put it on an ornament. Let's put it on a journal. And candles. We even did a candle at one, but we did candles, but it was just too much. It was starting to get to be too much because, imagine having candles everywhere. And I go, we're only allowed a tiny space. And I go, so we have 2 tables to work with. Let's just make it work. So depending on the con that we're having, the show that we're having, that's the kind of work that we'll put out. So that's what we try to do. I mean,
I'll do 35. If you want it, I'll do 35.
I decided to just put my little business in the back burner and support his passion. I mean, it's worked. We've made it work. So
That hits off great. That's
I'm a big fan of his artwork. I love his style. Everything he puts into it. I'm like, where he gets these ideas, I don't know. This man leaves me in awe all the time. But I love he knows I'm his biggest fan. So.
And I'll get ideas when I'll be asleep or we'll be watching a movie and I'm like, hold on, wait, let me get a piece of paper and I go, hold on, before I forget, and then I'll stick figure it and then I'll keep it on a journal and then that's when I
come back to it.
I come back to it. Or I'll leave it on the back burner. Here's an example.
He's got one he's gonna pull out for you right now.
Here's a work in progress.
He did it in 5 minutes. He's like, what the heck?
Absolutely nice.
And that's Jim Jones.
He's gonna add that to his true crime series.
That's gonna be added to my true crime series. So yeah. So we like watching true crime. That's another.
Snapped,
Yeah.
All those things. Yeah. As if I need more ideas, right? Like, I tell him, I really don't need the ideas, but
maybe.
Yeah.
You guys can get one of those cake edible prints that go on top of the cake.
You know what I've done? I have actually done Texas Chainsaw Massacre cake, and I did a Walking Dead one also. So we actually kicked butt on it.
You have videos or footage of these?
I don't have.
I have a picture of it on my phone.
He has a picture of it. Yes, he does. I'm not surprised.
Next time you do it, let us know. We'll come in and we'll film it.
Yeah.
And it's been a while. It has been a while, but I did.
The cake that we did, we took my NECA figures. we actually had a NECA figure, and I got a JoJo Siwa figure, and I made it as Terry McMahon hanging on the hook, and it's funny. And then we even got even Terry McMahon, who played Pam in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. She follows me on Facebook, and she liked it. So when we went to Frightmare in 2022, I think we did the cake. You did the cake in it was still COVID. So when we went to Frightmare and we got to meet her, she goes, you're the artist and you're the baker. So she already knew who we were. A lot of people. So yeah, but yeah.
And Mr. Rico, can you let the people know what you've done for the city of San Antonio?
For the city of San Antonio, I painted 2 murals. One was called Basta con la Violencia. It used to be at the old Culeros bar on Nogalitos and Glass, but that one got whitewashed. But I do have one that is still there. We just restored it in 2021. I'm sorry, August 2021. And it's the Leyendas Aztecas mural. So if you go down 1310 Brazos, you'll see it. It's a 18 by 80 foot mural. And we restored it just a couple of years ago. So I'm glad that one didn't get whitewashed and all that stuff. But the sun did bake it, but it took us only 13 days to restore the mural. Myself, April Don Ceja.
Only 13 days?
Yeah, because we worked on it. Because when you're working on a mural, what a lot of people don't realize is that you have to deal with the elements. You have to deal with the heat. You have to deal with the conditions. And then you got to make sure that when you're applying the paint, that it doesn't dry too quick. Because sometimes it could cake, sometimes it could Because when I did the mural originally, it took me a year to do. I mean, and I only had 3 people working on it. So I had so when Senato Cultural Arts approached me, they said, "You want to be involved in the restoration?" I said, "Yeah." So they had a lead muralist, myself, and painting. And the great thing about restoring that mural was my nephew was barely in high school, and my daughter hadn't been born yet. So 20 years later, my daughter's helping me, my wife is helping me, my nephew is helping me with his 2 kids. So it went down like a next generation, so to say. And that made it more personal. It made it more fulfilling because it was like lightning struck twice, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like passing the torch.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, but that was that, and it's still there. The mural is still there.
It's been how long too?
That mural's at least 25 years old.
So what are your next coming events or projects that you have going?
My next coming event, well, I got a big show coming up in June 14th, 15th. That is going to be the big Texas Terror. That's going to be Henry B. Gonzalez. I'll be back again here at Ingram for
My Walking Dead cake.
for Screamfest here at Ingram Park. Here at Ingram Park Mall. And then sometimes I'll do like little First Friday events at Taco Haven. So I'll do that depending if they have a band. So, the cake.
My Walking Dead cake.
Yeah, the Walking Dead cake. And we use my figures and stuff. That was the day that was the one where they killed Glenn. So our friends had invited us over when they killed Glenn and Abraham. Remember when? Oh, everybody was freaking out like, oh, who did they kill? Who did they kill? So our friend invited us over and I said, hey, let's make a Walking Dead cake. So I got my Rick figures. So I collect figures and stuff, but Funko Pops and all that.
The one that messed me up was when they killed the kid from Indiana Jones. I forgot his name. It's a Chinito actor.
Carl?
No, that was Glenn.
Oh, Glenn, yeah.
The Asian guy?
Yeah,
When they killed Glenn.
Yes, after they killed him, I lost interest in it.
That messed me up. Same with
I lost a lot of interest in it after that. I was like, how dare you kill Glenn? Like,
But
just
he
don't-
died in the comic book, so it was meant to happen.
I was like, ugh, I'm so upset. Upsetting for sure.
Yeah.
See, and I'm not I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even a horror fan.
Hey, the fact
I just support his passion. But when I did that cake, and that's the thing with the cakes, when I do them, I'm like, I need his help because I'm like, you're the artist, you're the horror artist. I need his little touch in there, and it works. I mean, we always make it work, and people are like, how the heck do you do that? I'm like,
Yeah.
right there, he puts his little touch in that thing too. So
But she's coming around because I said, hey, let's watch a scary movie.
yeah, I'm trying little by little.
What's your favorite scary movie?
So far, y'all gonna laugh because it's not even that scary, but Killer Clowns. That's probably the scariest I've gotten. I just love the part where he decapitates.
Shirt on.
And I do have this.
Yeah.
Shorty, he's my favorite, character. And I don't mean, no pun intended, right? Because I'm tiny. But yeah, I love Shorty because he decapitates the guy. That's my favorite part. But I'm trying. I've seen a few here and there, but some parts I'll fall asleep on because I'm like, it's a little too much. The Exorcist, I have not been able to see the movie the entire
Which one? Which one?
The Exorcist.
The first-
The first, yes.
The first one.
Yeah, I can't even. Yeah,
Punishment. My mom had me watch that at 40. That's so mean.
I can't even bring myself to watch the whole.
Well, it's funny because I like to take out my Toonie Terrors and I put them on the console. So every August I put them by year. 73. So 1973, guess what, is The Exorcist. So when she's sitting on our love seat, Reagan is facing her.
I wake up and that's who's staring at me right in the face. It's Reagan. I'm like,
So I got Reagan, Leatherface, Jaws, Michael Myers.
I'm like, this guy's gonna kill me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so hilarious.
She hasn't been able to see Terrifier, but she's met a couple of horror actors and stuff.
Oh,
like
Terrifier is too much for me.
Yeah.
Too much. The guy doesn't even talk. Where do you see the fun? He's torturing people.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah, but you like true. It's weird. You like true crime, but you
But
don't
I
like.
love true crime. That's crazy, right?
That's real.
Because
Yeah.
I'm crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's the crazy part.
Finding something.
I know.
Y'all have it on video.
I know. Watch 20 years later, we found some documented footage. Yeah. Yeah.
With an X Factor.
Yeah. I know, right?
Oh boy.
Where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram under ArtStar70 or Israel Rico on Facebook. TikTok I'm on, but usually I just post videos of like the promotion of my art. But those are the two social platforms you could find me and stuff like that. And I'm always doing lives like with Joel. We'll go live on Facebook and we'll talk about the upcoming events. So we kind of like help each other. We're kind of like a family. We help each other, you know, to talk about like the events, what's coming up, the guests and stuff, upcoming events. So it's kind of like a family. The Retro City, the Retro City,
Community.
yeah, community, yeah. You know, like Retro John, Danny, Jesse as well. Jesse, we're gonna go to Coke Classic in a couple of weeks, and he's gonna cosplay as Captain Spaulding, and I'm gonna go as. I said, well, you're gonna cosplay. I'll cosplay as a Baseball Fury. So it's a family there. You know, like Wendy and Flavio. You know, they're good people. They're just good people. They're very good. So yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Not a problem.
Thank you.